This WBTV high-definition program is sponsored by Time Warner Cable. WBTV News at 6 starts right now.
It's just gone. It's awesomely devastating.
We lost everything as well. The back of our house, part of the church is up in it, and everything is gone, and we have nothing.
Everything is gone. Tonight, we're live in Alabama, where we've only seen the tip of the mounting personal and human loss.
But first at 6, a teen kicked, punched, hit with a glass bottle, all because he says he's gay. And now investigators say these are the 5 guys who committed the violent crime. Good evening, I'm Maureen O'Boyle.
And I'm Paul Cameron. Welcome. This story had a lot of you wondering what kind of people could do something like this. WBTV's Trent Ferris is live in Rock Hill. He has some new information, and Trent, deputies are telling you that they have got their suspects in custody.
That's right, Paul, because of good surveillance video and a lot of good tips from Crime Stoppers. The beating was brutal.
One came from this way, I think one came from this way, and one came from over by the gas pumps. They all just started running up.
Video shows Jason Eskew first getting hit over the head with a bottle, then attacked by a mob. Now deputies say these men may be to blame. Deputies believe Bobby Wilson is the one who hit Eskew with the bottle. Eskew wasn't home today, but I was told his attorney told him not to discuss the attack with the media. However, in an earlier interview, Eskew says the attack was nothing short of a hate crime because he's a homosexual, and one of the suspects yelled a homosexual slur at him before the attack.
I believe it wholeheartedly, because the comment that was made was a sexual derogatory comment.
South Carolina doesn't have an enhancement of penalties for what may be deemed a hate crime. All 5 men are charged with assault and battery of a high and aggravated nature. Eskew told me in our previous interview that he hopes those involved will face justice.
I don't really think they understand, the boys that did this, what of a good person they did this to, regardless of my orientation.
Now, the FBI is still investigating this, and they plan on collecting all the data and information and evidence and present it to the Department of Justice, and the Department of Justice will determine if this can escalate to be truly a hate crime. In Rock Hill, Trent Ferris, WBTV, on your side.
Trent, thank you very much. We're tracking some breaking news right now. A person shot twice in the leg in the 300 block of West 28th Street. That's in northwest Charlotte. Paramedics are telling us the victim has life-threatening injuries. We have a crew on the scene. We'll update you as soon as we get any new information.
The body of a teen finally found 12 days after he was washed away by the raging waters here of the Broad River. Nathan Beck pulled from the river today, 3 miles from where he went under. It's the end of a mystery and the beginning of mourning for his family. WBTV's Sarah Batista is on the scene in Cleveland County.
It was an extremely emotional ending to this 2-week search for 14-year-old Nathan Beck. A teenager who was volunteering with the rescue team found his body on the water surface just before noon this morning. It took a rescue team of about 8 people to attach themselves to a rope and try to maneuver the body out of the water. I'm told right after they made the discovery, everyone gathered around and said a prayer. There were a lot of emotions. The family has been here at the scene day and night. They even rented an RV to spend the night. As you know, Nathan Beck's father is a Shelby firefighter, which made this search even more emotional and personal.
These are professionals who are down here on their days off, doing everything they can to rescue this individual, and there is a lot of emotions right down there right now. Grown men crying, which that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine, and there's a lot of relief.
And of course, now there is a new phase in all of this, and that is the grieving and the healing process. Grief counselors will be working with the search team as well as the family. The family also wanted us to let everyone know that they thank the community for their support. In Cleveland County, Sarah Batista, WBTV, on your side.
Minor charges against Adam Baker were dropped this afternoon. Worthless check charges in Catawba County tossed out. because lawyers say Baker paid restitution. He owed about $240 to local grocery stores. Baker, whose 10-year-old daughter was murdered allegedly by her stepmother, is not out of the woods yet. He still faces felony identity theft charges.
The human toll climbing from this week's deadly tornadoes. Wednesday's violent storms blamed for so many deaths that search crews, well, now they are running out of body bags. Touring the destruction today, the president said he's never seen devastation like this. It is now the worst tornado outbreak since 1932. The number of confirmed dead now nearly 320, two-thirds of them in Alabama. And that number is expected to climb. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, considered the hardest hit city. WBTV's Steve Onosorge is there live now. And Steve, obviously it will be days before we truly know the magnitude of these storms.
Absolutely, because at this point there are still more than 400 people missing in Tuscaloosa alone. And authorities, well, they're looking around, but there's a lot of rubble to look through. Going down the street here, you can take a look and see that there are just businesses destroyed. There are people walking around still in a daze, still looking at it. Other people coming out to see what happened. Nobody can believe it. It's devastation they haven't seen either. For the survivors, there is a long way to go, but there's plenty of help coming.
I'm very proud of my town.
For many, it's not just about salvaging what they can. Many businesses were destroyed, too. That means hundreds are out of work.
Some people can't get out of their neighborhoods to get to work if there is a place to go.
This convenience store is just one in a chain of 13.
Out of all 13, I think we've got 4 open.
Together, they say they will get through it, especially when you see neighbors like these 3 women. They went out and bought some food, then started walking in the neighborhood, passing it out.
Whoever's hungry, there's a lot of hungry ones.
There are a lot of people here that are hungry, not just for food, but hungry for a future. And they're saying that that future starts right now. And they are grateful for all the help that's been coming this way. And they know they're going to need a lot of it, from power crews to water crews to just construction crews and just some people to help comfort them. They've been through a lot, and they've got a lot more to go through. Reporting live in Tuscaloosa, Steve Onosorge, WBTV on your side.
And for those of us who can't be there, Steve, our prayers are with those people. Thanks for that live report. Paul?
Well, this Rock Hill father on the phone today checking on one special victim, his daughter. Ken West constantly checking in on Taylor. She's a freshman student at the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Taylor was in the hallway of her dorm when that massive tornado tore through. Ken's boss let him know exactly what happened.
Okay, so then of course you know how that goes. I'm trying to call her. I can't get her on the phone. Oh yeah, so then I start, okay.
Well, Taylor is staying at the school. 2 students there are among the dead, and by the way, final exams have been postponed.
Well, things are very different than they were midweek here in Charlotte. Beautiful blue skies as we start our weekend. The high-definition tower cam showing a lovely Friday in store. Eric Thomas, how does it look?
Yeah, it looks great, but you typically see that behind these strong storm systems, Maureen, but the timing will be nice for the upcoming weekend. We'll talk more about that and another storm taking shape next week, all part of your 7-day First Alert forecast.
The facts and figures are in from the most recent census, and tonight we hit the streets. In many instances, we found that the numbers just don't lie.